Hi everybody, it's Alexa here from Pages of Forbidden Love. Today I'm not here actually for a mailbox post. Today I'm going to be doing a guest post for one of my friends. Her name is Heather. She runs a blog called Paranormal Book Junkie. She just started it a couple weeks ago, so I'm sure that many people don't know about it yet. But anyways, I was talking to Heather on one of our book clubs that we belong to, and she asked me if I might want to do a guest post for her blog. So I said, of course, sure, so we were kind of debating back and forth what I would do the post on. And, I said, well, for quite some time now, I have wanted to do the whole book versus movie debate, because I feel that lately, every time that I go on to read all of the blogs that I follow, everybody is talking about all of the books that are being made into movies, or screenplays that were then changed into a book format and came out in the teen world. So it just seems like a big issue out there, and so I thought we would talk about it a little bit and get everybody's opinion on it. First, I'm going to start off by showing you some books that have been made already into TV series, or they've already been made into movies. One of the first ones, this is for TV. This is the Sookie Stackhouse novels. The first one is Dead Until Dark. This one is actually the show called True Blood. It's been on, I think, for 3 or 4 seasons already. I don't know, I don't watch it, so I wouldn't exactly quote myself on that one. But this was made into a TV show. Most people seem to like it, but like I said, I've never watched it before, although the novel is pretty good. Another book that has been made into a TV series, I used to own the novels, but then the storyline's kind of been changing, and L.J. Smith has kind of actually been fired from writing the books, but her series is Vampire Diaries, and of course everybody loves the TV show. Again, I haven't watched it. Between school and work, I don't really have time to watch TV shows, but I'm not big on watching TV shows that are off of books anyways, but that's another one. Kind of an older series of books, but they were also made into movies, is Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. They made this into 2 separate movies. There's 4 books for it, but they kind of did... The first movie is mostly based off of the first book, and the second movie was kind of like a mashup of all of the other 3 books in the series. The movie was good, The first one especially, I felt, did a good job of portraying the first book. But I think the second movie that they did, where they just kind of threw together all of the plot lines from all of the other books, it was kind of jumbled up and it didn't really make sense anymore. So I'd most definitely say go back and read all 4 books. The books are most definitely worth it. Even though it is an older series, I would say that most people could still find something that they would really enjoy of it. Now, of course, some more popular movies that I'm sure you all know of based off of books is, of course, everybody knows Twilight was made into movies. Everybody knows that this has kind of gotten out of control at this point. The 4th movie, I believe, they're making it into 2 separate movies now. I'm not sure about that. I don't know. The first movie was okay, I thought it did a good job of kind of summarizing Twilight for everybody. I thought that the second book, which is New Moon, when it was made into a movie, it kind of just became cheesy. Jake, it was kind of like I don't know, the whole thing was just cheesy and it didn't really work for me. Eclipse was my favorite book in this series, just because I love the drama between her choosing Edward or Jake to be with. But I haven't seen the 3rd movie yet. I own it, I got it for Christmas just because everybody says it was so good, so I do want to watch the 3rd movie. It's just that, of course, these are not accurate portrayals. So, book is better. Book is always better, in my opinion. Another popular one is Eragon. They, of course, made this into a movie, I think, 2 years or so ago. I don't know. This is such a thick fantasy book. It's about 500 pages, I think. And the storyline, it's so complex because it's one of those really in-depth fantasy sci-fi ones that it's very hard to make something that is this complex into a movie and have the movie really make sense. So, the movie was okay. I thought the book, of course, again, was better, so that's kind of up for you to debate. Now that I'm actually thinking about this, another popular movie that I forgot to grab the book for because it's all the way up on one of my way top shelves, all the way up there, is Harry Potter. Of course, books, much better, especially because some of the later Harry Potter books are anywhere from like 700 to 900 pages. And those really, although they're made into good movies, the movies can only really capture certain scenes from the books. So, good movies, they're doing a good job with them, but of course the books are still much, much, much better. And now that I've finally talked about some books that are already made into movies, I'm going to talk about a couple books lately that have been rumored to be made into movies, or they're kind of picking the movie cast for them already. So we'll kind of see maybe if these are going to be made into movies or not. One of the first ones, Incarceron. This is kind of another sci-fi kind of fantasy book. It has a little bit of a romantic plot kind of buried deep in the book if you kind of pay attention to it. Book was good. I really liked this book. I know that there's the second book and I own it, just haven't read it yet. Most people say the second book wasn't as good. But anyways, this is talked about being made into a movie. I know that some people on their blogs were kind of making like dream casts for the movie and all that stuff. But I don't know. In my opinion, books are always going to be better. One of the ones where news just released that they picked some of the movie cast for this one already is The Hunger Games. Obviously, I love The Hunger Games. It's a great dystopian novel. The first one, in my opinion, is the best of the whole series. I feel that after the first one, the second one was kind of a little bit of a repeat of the first book. And the third book kind of was just like, okay, well, we need to kind of wrap this up, but most of the people die. I'm sorry if you didn't know that already. Most of the people die. Anyways, really love this book, and I'm not too sure I would even go see a movie on it, just because I almost feel at this point that the whole movie book thing, it's kind of getting out of hand. I mean, seriously, people, go pick up the books. If you want to know what the movie is going to be about, go pick up a book first, because obviously it's going to be way, way, way better than the movie. One of the last ones that I'm going to talk about, this is the first book in the Mortal Instruments series. It's City of Bones. Most people absolutely love this novel. I'm on the fence about this. I know I've said this on my blog a couple times. I thought the book was good. I didn't think it was fantastic. Do I think it should be made into a movie? It might make a good movie. I mean, kind of depends on what they would do with it, I guess. And of course, everybody would just want to see the movie because they'd want to see who they're going to cast as Jace in the movie. So it's up in the air. But those are kind of all of the books that have already been made into movies or TV shows or rumored to be made into movies or whatever they're going to do with them. Now it's kind of time for a little bit of the debate. I have gotten kind of tired of this lately. I read all of these books, and then it seems as soon as I read them, it's like, oh my goodness, there's gonna be a movie deal. Why are you excited about this? Seriously, it was kind of okay in the beginning when teen stuff first got popular that they were making Harry Potter into movies, and then they made Twilight into movies, and then they made the Suki books into a TV show. At this point, I'm kind of fed up. It seems like every single movie that is coming to the box office is based off of a book. Whether it's something by Nicholas Sparks, all of his books are made into movies, whether it's teen stuff, whether it was some guy getting ripped off to write a book, hello, I am number 4, and then turned it into a movie and turned it into a book under a completely different person's name, wasn't even credited to him. There's the screenplay for Red Riding Hood that was turned into a book where they don't even tell you who the wolf is by the end of the book. Honestly, I just feel this has gotten a bit out of control lately. Every time you go to a movie, caption says it's based off of a book. Honestly, I want to know if they fired all of the writers in Hollywood and they're just saying, hey, look, we're going to take all of the writers that are actually writing good books. We're just going to take those off the shelves and we're going to contact the author and be like, hey, we'd really like to make your book into a movie. Everybody gets really excited about this, and people are still always getting really excited when they hear authors say, oh, my book might be made into a movie. Like I said, at this point, I'm just kind of fed up with it. I think it's gotten old. I think we need to stop. If kids really want to actually know what these books are about, then go read the book first. Go pick up the 500-page book, sit down, read it, love the story before you go and watch the movie. If you're gonna go watch the movie, I'd always like to say at least go read the book first. I know that movies are making teen reading a little bit more popular because teens and younger kids, maybe middle grade level, they'll go see all the movies and then they'll say to their parents, "Oh, Mom, I really like that movie. How about I read the book?" Or the mom will be like, "Oh, well, if you watched this movie and you really enjoyed it, honey, why don't I pick you up the book series?" I think it's just getting out of hand at this point. Books are books, movies are movies. I think we kind of need to slow down the mixing of the two. But that's just my opinion, so I'd really like to know all of your opinion. Whether you agree with me, whether you don't agree with me, I'd still like to hear it, so just let both me and Heather know whether you comment on my blog or her blog with all of your opinions, because I think this will make a great debate. So thank you, Heather, for having me, and I hope everybody has a good day.